I'm on Red Dirt Diary. We're down here in Queensland at Janowen Hills 4-Drive Park. It's 1,000 acres jam-packed full of fun tracks.
This is a Bad Girls Do It Well episode. We got 4 rigs, 4 girls, and 4 different capability levels.
I can't wait for this episode. It's about getting out of your comfort zone and pushing the limits.
If we didn't have your attention before, boys, I can guarantee we do it now.
Now, this isn't your typical girls' weekend out, so let's get into this convoy. We have Ella in a big and thirsty petrol 80 series, followed by Miss Abby Lister in her little Suzuki Jimny. I do have to admit, I've definitely dragged the girls out on this trip, but I do think they'll thank me later. So let's head down to this playpen and get the girls driving over some smaller obstacles and getting comfortable with their cars. Let's just hope I don't make a fool of myself first.
I'm very stuck. I'm really stuck here. I was trying to drive a bunch of tyres with tyres, and these ones are clearly bigger than mine. So I don't have the height clearance with the cab, so there's an issue.
She's dragging her cross member to try to come back, but if she could just be tugged forward, so I'm actually just going to winch her and just get her just enough forward so she can get traction onto the max tracks, and then she should be able to just drive up and over. I'm no professional.
Yeah, look, I definitely showed the girls what not to do. So I put my car in park and got out and had a conversation with them because I feel these girls haven't done much forward driving before. So we just discussed how comfortable we felt in our vehicles and what we wanted to achieve for the weekend before getting out and onto the tracks.
All these cars will have very different lines. Even though Ella and I have slightly similar drive lines, she is unlocked whereas I'm locked. So she will have to try and pick different lines in situations where she hasn't got even pressure to both sides of her axles. And then obviously Abby is in a really short wheelbase car, so that's just a whole different ball game because her wheels will not sit anywhere close to where mine and Ella's do. And then Bridgie, she's in an IFS and slightly different width and length wheelbase again. So it's gonna be interesting. The girls are gonna learn a lot about their cars this weekend. Obviously going over tracks like this, I know they're super simple and easy, but for people that don't have experience, it's a perfect place to come. That's why I love 4-wheel-drive parks, is because you can really get a feel for your vehicle and how it reacts over certain obstacles.
I always get like the first track nerves, even though it's not anything super crazy. So far, very good. That was easy. Oh my god, I love my car. That was so good. That was so good.
You nailed it.
I nailed it. I didn't do anything. I just had a straight line. You're looking at this, right? So yeah, you can see like the right hand's so much higher and the left hand's lower. Yeah. But see how like there's some bumps there, right? So you're just like off to the track where the grass starts. Yeah. If you put like this left front wheel up there and your right front wheel on this high part, so you're straddling over that hole. it'll keep your car flatter. So yeah, just go follow that. Yeah, keep it like that. Just keep going straight like that. Go a little bit of left. Yeah, that's it. Go right more. Just go really slow.
Now that I gave Abby the quick crash course, it was time for her to do this on her own. Yes, I was spotting her from the outside, but I think that is something super important to implement when you're learning how to forward drive. It can never go astray having someone on the outside with a bit of knowledge that can tell you where to put your wheels when you get that little bit unsure while learning.
That's why I love four-wheel drive parks. There's just a variety of tracks, and like ones like this are perfect for beginners to start on. And I am so impressed with Abby. I know she was a little bit nervous. This is the first time she's done anything like this, but she absolutely aced it and she gave it a red hot crack. So it's time to move out of the playpen and out onto some of the tracks that are a little bit unknown. So we're going to go for a bit of a walk now, scout them out a little bit, find the best way down that's going to suit all the vehicles we have with us, and hopefully get Abby hitting some harder things. We'll see, we'll find out. Troy and I just went for a recce run just because we don't know the tracks too well around this park. It's been a few years since I've been here to find something that was suitable for all the cars. We think we found something. We made it halfway and we said yes, it should be fine, but we didn't finish it, so we'll see.
Everyone's killing it. This car's new name is called the Sandy Lunchbox.
And I'm the snack inside.
Yeah! Yes!
I feel like nothing's being filmed with my car. Because I'm just like the wrecking ball that goes in and like make sure it's safe. Well, it looks like we've made it back to the Gymkhana circuit. That track was actually pretty fun. We all made it out unscathed. I think it's time to go back for a feed.
Yeah, can't wait to go through some more mud, which, you know, you wouldn't normally hear come out of my mouth, but it was awesome.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I think that was a perfect day one. I'm excited to get back to camp and get ready for day two.
There was a whole new experience with the mud, so that was a lot scarier than I expected, but it was still good. Fun times. We made it out alive.
Well, I'm glad we all enjoyed ourselves. I think we've earned ourselves a nice dinner and maybe have a nice fire tonight to relax before we get back into it tomorrow. So we nearly made it back to camp, but Ella is an unlocked 80 and unfortunately a little bit stuck here. Her front right wheel is sort of in a hole, so the weight's a bit uneven on her axles. Obviously not being locked, she can't get traction to both wheels. Going forward or back, it's trying to climb. She doesn't have lockers or really the power to help push her out. So we're just going to winch her out. We're going to winch her forward because sending her backwards will still get her out, but then she still has to try and get through anyway. So we may as well just pull her forward and pull it all the way out.
You need a shirt. It's like Recovery Girl.
Yeah, Recovery Beach.
Recovery Beach.
Hilux drivers, not good for much. Assisting with winches and looking pretty.
That just means you're never the one that's getting bogged.
Yeah, well, that's what happens when you drive with as much talent as I have. Or you drive a Toyota. I mean, it drives itself for well. Well, I take that back. So maybe the operator does play a little bit of a difference. Drive a bit if you can, Ella.
A little bit behind the beer schedule, but we had fun in the mud nonetheless. Now it's time to get back to camp, clean off this mud and prepare for a huge day two.
Bree and I are back at you with another limited time only and special offer by Outback Equipment. This time it's the CelfFi GO. The CelfFi GO is a 3G and 4G reception booster, producing up to 70 decibels more signal coverage, meaning that it's 30 times more effective than just your standard antenna, while unconditionally protecting your mobile network.
With extensive R&D testing, they found the perfect balance between internal and external antennas. Kitted out with a power supply to make the perfect plug-and-play system. This is another reason these CelfFi GOs are the leading ones on the market. So if you want to get a load of this deal, head to the description below. The link is there and you can access this limited time offer deal right now.
This, winter has definitely started and it kind of feels like we're in JIMNY, which is making me vibe because I really like Jindabyne. What are we doing? Well, we are going to do some quick work to the car. The forward driving park hasn't actually opened yet. It did rain a lot last night, so they're going to open it this afternoon, fingers crossed. So that means that we can do a couple of repairs. We need to do some winch tensioning. I got to make some changes to my throttle controller, stuff like that. So I think we're going to cook up a big feed for everyone and do some work to the car, and then when they open the park this afternoon, we'll be the first ones out there.
Okay, so we found ourselves a perfect opportunity to do a bit of maintenance on the cars today. I used my winch a couple times yesterday and it didn't really get tensioned up properly when we wound it back in. So the reason I'm doing this today is something you should do regularly, especially after using it a couple times, is to pull your winch line all the way out so it's got at least one or two sort of winds? Okay, so it's got at least one or two winds sort of around the barrel, and then I'm going to anchor it to Bridgie's car. She's going to be sort of just parked there with the handbrake on, and I'm just going to use the weight of my car and winch forward so that when I'm winching in, it's got nice tension going around the barrel and is winding in nice and smoothly, and it's not going to get tangled upon itself, because if you let it do that, then the chances are you're going to be on the track, it's going to get bound up. Bound?
Yeah, bound.
It's going to get bound up, you're going to find yourself in a sticky situation on the track. Can you f*** off? You're going to get stuck on the tracks with a bound up winch, so that's the worst thing you want. So when you've got the free time like we do this morning, we're going to pull it out, tension it up nicely, so when we go on the tracks this afternoon, it's going to be a well working winch.
Typical girl stuff. You wouldn't understand. Just one of those things, girls, once a month, they just got to retension their winches. I don't expect you to understand.
Worth the charm now. Alright, so we finally got out on the tracks. We found what we want to attempt. It is sort of rated medium, and Owen, the owner, did say to us to stick to the easy tracks, but he said this should be fine, but just in the wet it could be very difficult. So let's give it a crack, see what happens. It'll be fun. The worst that happens is we don't get off it.
Yeah, and it's not my car wreck, so I'm excited.
Is this the first time you've done a track like this in a car before? Like sitting passenger? Have you done any like wheeling with friends where you sat passenger?
No, I think I've sat passenger. Oh, are we going that one?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. No, I've not done something like that.
Okay. Well, let's see how we go.
I have like a really big sister excitement for the fact that Abby is sitting in the passenger seat of Ree's car, knowing what's about to happen and knowing the fact that she has no idea what's about to go down. I'm really excited to watch the footage back and see the reaction. I think kind of like how a big sister would be about a little sister when you just want her to like see something or be a part of something, and now is the moment that we've been waiting for. I'm just like kind of proud excited, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it doesn't look good. Yeah, I wouldn't go more like that. Got a couple of generous lads helping us out here. Plan is snatch strap the slider, just to try and stop that precarious sliding into the giant hole that you can see Miss Vicky Bodo crawling her way out of right now.
The minimum of fuss. That went swimmingly. Alright, that was shit.
Where do you want your soft shack to?
I obviously ended up in a bit of a sticky situation back there on some slippery mud. Probably the only error that went wrong there is the fact that I didn't walk the track first. Had I walked it, I would have realised how slippery it was at the top there. Didn't realise that big hole was and how narrow it was. So there's a few factors that I didn't obviously know about because I didn't walk the track. But yeah, it happened. Had it been dry, it may have been a different story. It was just so slippery and the car was just sliding to the right towards that big washout. Had it slipped, it could have been a rollover. This is what we didn't want, hence why we did winched out. Plus also, there's no point me like giving it a crack in second and third gear, spinning the tyres on it and ruining the track for other people. So yeah, but tip of the day, walk the track, then you know then you know what you're in for.
I'm so grateful to be driving alongside someone as technically skilled as Bree, giving me the confidence and knowledge that I know I need, while making a bucket load of memories along the way. Makes me look forward to the future and the tracks yet to come.
string, you ain't seen it like that, yeah. And it's the dream, and I'm coming for the bag. Now we on the fast track now. They want underhand, now they see us on the map now. It's time to go. At the top of the class on the road. And it's time to run it up, let it
Having Miss Vicky Voto break down these sorts of technical tracks not only gave us something to watch, but to experience ourselves. Now it's time to take that knowledge, get back to camp, recharge, and get ready for final day 3. Because if I know Brie well, I'm sure she has a huge day in store for us.
Mainly men, but some ladies. We're back at camp. And I had fun, I have to say, Brie. Did you have fun?
I did.
I think that we all learnt a lot. What about you, Abs?
I learnt that I like sitting in the passenger seat with my feet not touching the ground and just swinging around. And I learned a lot from you guys. It's fun.
Her.
Well, yeah, but like watching you guys do it.
You want to know a fun fact? All right, this is what you don't see in these episodes. Brie and I have just come like 12 hours before you saw us here at Janowen. We were on Morton filming another episode. So our cars, when I say they're dirty, they're dirty. They're exfoliated with sand and now they're just cooked with mud, so.
Yes.
And Brie hasn't showered since before Morton, so she stinks.
Here we go. On a roll, here we go, here we go. Watch a movie, right by your side on duty. Not too much or too sweet. Ooh, passion from yours truly. Let me know how you feel. Hope I'm not in too deep. Iwa, Phoebe, we die forever. Won't be alone forever. Get through the storm together. Ooh, girl, make some room. I know you still, you're nice, sweet, smooth, like cocoa bread.
Your hair looks like it's got a bit of red in it from this angle.
Yeah, Red Dead Diaries.
Ah.
Right, so this episode was about getting out of our comfort zone. So we've got this track behind us. Abby has done some pretty easy stuff. We've got this track here that we're going to get her to attempt. There's no pressure on her though. We're just going to get her sort of cruise up, nose up to the right, and see how she feels. And if she's confident enough and wants to continue ahead, then we're going to get her to drive through it. Hopefully she makes it. I think she will. But I guess it's just another stepping stone. Just a bit of a harder track today. We've done 2 days of wheeling. She's sort of learned a bit and been progressing slowly. So now it's time to tackle a bit of a harder track. Now, tracks like this, you might, because there's a bit of a hole, the weight's going to be a bit uneven in your car. So if I say over the radio to commit, like it just means don't like slam the accelerator down, but just give it some. But we'll just nose up and we'll just go really slow to see how it feels.
Okay.
It won't be like anything too hairy. You'll be fine. Okay. And if you get uncomfortable or we seem like we're struggling too much, like this is really easy to reverse out of.
Yeah.
Give it a go.
Okay, let's do it.
Perfect. Keep driving exactly like that. A little bit left, 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 and a little bit of acceleration. Yep, right, a little bit. Keep straight. Perfect. Go, go, go! It's alright, it's alright, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. It's alright, it's alright, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. Very slowly, stay on the brake and just back on the road. Yeah, so you're all four wheels in the brake. There you go. Yep, stop there.
I'm just getting the tracks off this perfectly sized vehicle.
You're literally at roof height.
And while I get the back track. 3, 2, 1, wait.
You're out.
It's so light, you can just like pull it back over. And drive it where I am and still drive it. Flex.
There you go.
There it goes.
Mad dog. No.
Well, I'm super proud of you. We started with the easier track on the left and we even went into the middle track, which actually was a bit more difficult. And you had your first proper recovery. Got a little bit hairy there for a second. But I'm so proud, you did so well.
Thank you. Everyone kept smiling, so I wasn't stressed. And Bridget was just like, it looks so sick. So I was like, okay.
You actually have the best attitude. Like, you're so calm and collected and through it all, which is like the perfect attitude to have when it comes to learning this stuff.
Thank you. Yeah, no, I feel like if you made me do that on the first day, I definitely would have cried, like 100%. But now, after everything that we've learned and everything, it made me feel a lot better.
Well, that's what this weekend's about. It's like we had the 3 days to sort of progress to where we felt comfortable, and the last day try some things a little bit harder to get out of the comfort zone.
But no, it's
Look
good.
at that. You
This
drove
was
that.
my first ever recovery.
Yeah,
And my first ever wheel lift. Actually, no, we had one on the first day, hey?
Yes.
This
But
is legit.
You actually drove like the majority of it, which was actually pretty difficult. It was just unlucky that it was just a little bit slippery from the mud.
Yeah.
Had it been dry, you would have driven it all, but you actually did get through the hardest part of it, so it's so good.
Woohoo! Thank you.
Good job.
I'm not scared.
What are you doing?
I'm gonna drive it.
I really could regret this, or if you go well, I don't know.
Are you letting her drive your car?
Yes.
You know how they say you can't get married until you've like lived together or been on a holiday or something? I feel like this is one of those things. You can't get married until you've seriously wheeled your partner's car. This is gonna we're either getting divorced, never speaking again, or we're best friends. Here we go. We're probably gonna get divorced.
Left. Perfect. You got it. Now let's just cruise.
Am I going left or right?
It's still straight.
This one?
A little bit left. You're gonna get your left wheel up in this bank. Straight like that. Keep accelerating. Keep accelerating. Yep,
Oh my
perfect.
God.
Left. Left. Yep. Perfect. Left. Now go a little bit right. You're gonna drive it straight. It's gonna feel hairy. Hard left. Keep going, hard left. Now start turning hard right. Hard right. Hold it, accelerate more. Yeah, perfect. Straighten up. Keep going, now, straight left. You gotta keep going.
That was the perfect combination of scary, exciting, adrenaline, addictive. I can see why she loves her car. It is like just a bucket of fun, and it was a lot of information to absorb because she was pouring the info into my ear, but it was like a crash course on how to be a boss bitch. I loved it. Seriously, I've said thank you to you too many times off camera, but it's moments like that that get you really excited for building your car and looking forward to the future and future challenges.
There we go. She loves the patrol more than the Hilux.
Alright, there you have it, guys. What an epic episode. Thank you so much, you two girls, for coming along. You definitely made it all the more funner. I know I had a great time, and I'm sure the girls did too.
Yeah, of course. I guess this was the point of the episode, guys. It's just sort of showing, doesn't matter what vehicle you have, what experience you have, it's always welcome to have a go. At the end of the day, we're just a bunch of girls getting together and having a crack and doing something that we love.
What she said, literally spot on. I had the best time. I almost want to rewind and go and do it all again. Until next episode. You! Woo! Let's go. Woo!
Okay.
Take it, Mickey.
Yeah. Go.
We nearly made it back.
Totally! Like I said, once a month you just want to get this thing and just plug her in there. It's pretty tight because it doesn't get done often.
No, this has been rolling for 16 minutes. But you just got prime content because I just jammed my finger in the door. And I got it on camera. How? That did not hurt or break my finger. Can you see here? I literally just jammed my finger in the door.
so graceful.
The mosquito bash. Fucking bash boy.
Whose car body rolls more? Go!
Shut up, Bree. Now break them.
Or solid axle. Nah. What the hell, man? The episode is over. And look at Bree.
I reckon that's what? Well, 20 seconds of record time. Since she's been down in there, and she just like, I'll drive on these giant tyres, what's the worst that could happen? Now she's stuck. So, yay for Bree. What a dickhead.
Like I'm using this freshwater creek bed, crystal clear, with positive water enzymes to wash my max tracks.
Okay, I got the top of this truck.
Oh, you fuck.
You big lens fuck.
Chop rides.
Saber. Is that good?
That was good.
Is that how you do it?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. What do we need them for?
Pardon?
What do we need the girls for now? Got this.
I'm the pretty face anyway, right?
Troy's like everything I'm not. Like he's good,
Yeah.
he's handsome,
Yeah.
he's really nice.
Tall, good, has a
friendly,
caravan.
Has a caravan.
Smells good.
Always.
Gives good hugs.
Fashionable as. Gets out and films. He's
Like
a great
if
guy.
I wasn't gay, I would be with Troy.
Right. There he is. That's Troy there.
That's him.
On the Polaris. That's him there. He's in the
I'm
background.
so glad to have a reverse camera. I would never want to hit
And
Troy.
a giant screen. Being like, whoa, Troy behind. Troy behind.
Troy.
Troy at 6 o'clock.
We're getting back because we didn't want to make you walk. Oh, shit.
Troy's the...
Troy, will you marry me?
Yeah.
We're on. Yes, I'm going to baby some Troy. They're going to be so attractive.
No more lesbian?
Never lesbian. Troy's converted me.
Turned.
Troy, you've converted me. I'm turned. I'm straighter than an arrow right now. Fuck, I love you, man.
Showers, toilets. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Did you notice toilets?
Toilets.
Toilets.
Shut up.
Toilets and lats. That's her. Let's is lats in Bree language. And toilet is toilets.
Perfect.
Bree goes, perfect. Perfect. I'm from Kempsey. Perfect. I'm from
Like I got a
Kempsey.
fucking stick up my arm.
Sort of.
It's still